It is Friday, September 25th, and this is CONCACAF VideoSignals. On today's show, DC United and Pumas were impressive winners as Match Day 4 in the CONCACAF Champions League finished last night. We'll take a look at all the highlights. Plus, join me on a trip around the Confederation, and then we'll end a week of shows with the CONCACAF quiz. We start with the CONCACAF Champions League in Washington, D.C., where Luciano Emilio scored a pair of second-half goals to reignite the MLS side's push for a quarterfinal place with a 3-0 victory over Marathon. The result left both DC United and Marathon the only Central American club to advance to the knockout stage last year with 6 points apiece, 6 behind Group B table topper Toluca. Emilio's first goal came in the 47th minute when Chris Pontius sprinted in from the left and Avery John pushed up from his defensive spot to find time and space. His low-driven cross found the Brazilian, who directed a header back across the goal and just inside the left post. 8 minutes later, Emilio worked his way free on the right edge of the area and sent a cross that Santino Quaranta dropped into the path of Jaime Moreno, who took a quick toe shot to strike the side netting. Emilio capped his performance with a second goal in the 71st, taking a ball from Ben Olsen 40 yards from goal, turning and driving on Marathon keeper Juan Obelar before scoring. It was DC's first ever CCL win over the Green Monster in 4 attempts. The Honduran side has lost 2 consecutive CCL games, conceding 10 goals while scoring none over that stretch. Pumas moved closer to a place in the quarterfinals, routing Real Espana 4-0 to all but assure advancement. UNAM, which has only 1 victory in the Mexican Apertura, can advance with a tie at home on Wednesday against W Connection. After controlling the early going, the home side finally converted in the 21st minute when Ismael Iñiguez took a short corner, dribbled to the top of the area, and launched a right-footed shot that Marcelo Macias managed to get an arm to, but it slipped between him and the near post. A second short corner enabled Pumas to double its lead in the 40th. Arturo Rodriguez sent a cross into the box, where Victor Rosales climbed from the edge of the goal box and headed a shot into the far side netting. Iñiguez figured in the next goal as well, breaking down the left and launching a cross that struck the right thigh of Espana defender Maynor Martinez for an own goal. The ball looped high over Macias and deflected in off the far post. 3-0 Pumas in the 61st minute. Luis Fuentes assisted on the finale, driving to the top of the Honduran area before sending a short pass to Javier Cortez, who took 1 touch and then chipped a right-footed floater over Macias from the arc. Both teams had additional chances as the game wore on, but it was clearly Pumas' night. Let's take a look at the updated tables. In Group A, Pachuca, Houston Dynamo, and Árabe Unido are battling for the 2 available quarterfinal spots. With 4 wins from 4 games, Toluca tops Group B. DC United and Marathon still have everything to play for. In Group C, Cruz Azul is the only one to have qualified for the quarterfinals. Pumas looks good in Group D, while W Connection is pushing Comunicaciones. Match Day 5 kicks off next Tuesday. Watch VideoSignals for all your Champions League news. Now let's see what's happening around CONCACAF. Trinidad and Tobago dropped a 4-1 decision to host Egypt in the Under-20 World Cup opener, with Hussam Arafat netting 2 goals yesterday in Alexandria. Striker Afroto gave Egypt the lead in the 30th minute, but Jean-Luc Roquefort leveled shortly afterwards. Arafat and Mohamed Talat scored early in the second half. Arafat closed Egypt's goal account in injury time. The 3 other CONCACAF representatives start play this weekend. Tomorrow, the USA faces Germany in Suez. On Sunday, Costa Rica tackles Brazil in Port Said, and Honduras squares off against Hungary in Alexandria. And that completes our brief trip around the Confederation. Now it is time for today's CONCACAF quiz. Yesterday we posed the following question. How many Mexican First Division titles has Toluca won? Congratulations to all who had the correct answer. Toluca has won 9 Mexican First Division titles. the first in 1967. For today's question, can you name the former Paraguayan international who scored more than 200 goals for Toluca? If you think you know the answer, please send an email to videosignals@concacaf.org by 12 p.m. New York time on Monday. If you answer correctly, your name will be placed into a weekly draw. The winner will receive a prize from CONCACAF. Well, that's all for today. Thanks for joining us this week at Video Signals, your source for CONCACAF news.